Dewees Island is a nature preserve first and foremost. We're just a place that's surrounded in natural beauty, a barrier island just off the coast of South Carolina, near Charleston, but we seem so remote. Here on the island there are 150 home sites, and we have hundreds of visitors who come throughout the year. Well, the interesting thing about being on a barrier island is everything that comes to the island, including people, has to travel by ferry. So whether they're bringing groceries onto the island or whether they're bringing building materials onto the island, everything comes here by barge or ferry, and we coordinate all of that transportation through our office. Something that affects the ferry schedule affects everyone on the island. With lightning in the area or with certain thunderstorms, we cannot operate the ferry. And so those kind of critical communications are important, whether someone's coming to the island or whether someone's leaving the island. That is the only mode of transportation in terms of what we have available. You know, the safety of our residents, the safety of our visitors, safety of our guests is of primary importance here on the island. When I think about safety, it's on my mind all of the time because of what we do, from transporting people from the mainland here to the island on our ferry service, or whether it's fire protection, whether it's security for those individuals, or whether there's a medical emergency. We really are doing a lot of different things here on the island. We maintain a water system just like any city or municipality would maintain. We maintain a state certified effluent treatment plant. So there are many different things that we always have to consider in addition to the natural elements that exist in our environment. Things like alligators, things like snakes, things that we always have to be concerned about, and we can't make any assumptions that the visitors would know those things on their own. Omnilert is beneficial for a variety of ways. First and foremost, it allows me to react quickly. But beyond that, it allows me to respond to my constituents in a way that meets their needs. It allows me to instantly text certain people, to instantly email certain people, communicate via social media such as Facebook, put a RSS feed on one of our display screens. It allows the messaging to be in a variety of places with the click of a couple of buttons, whereas before we would have to go to multiple different platforms and manually type messages, manually enter information. Omnilert allows me with great ease and great efficiency to be able to communicate that message effectively in the platform that people prefer. So many times people write good emergency plans and they put them on the shelf, and then an emergency happens and they're not accessible. With Omnilert, it's completely accessible regardless of where we are.
So when an organization reaches out to us, it's not necessarily the organization that's reaching out, it's the person on the other end. And that person ultimately is seeking peace of mind. They want to be able to sleep easy at night, know that they've developed their emergency response and action plans, and that they are able to bring those to life in moments' notice.
One of the most attractive things to me about the Omnilert system was the ability to fully integrate our emergency plan with the system so that I can have the checklist in place, so that I'm not running to the shelf to pull a 3-inch binder down to run through different scenarios, so that if I'm at home, if I'm on the ferry, if I'm across the country, I can instantly see what those emergency plans are.
In this day and age, people expect to be notified and people expect to be communicated with. If you plan for it beforehand, when it happens, you can initiate. If you do that, you are leaving more time for response and recovery, which is the most important aspect. You cannot spend 20 minutes crafting a message during an event.
This system creates such great efficiency and allows me time to focus on what's truly important during an emergency event. Another scenario we have to consider is medical evacuation for an emergency, automatically getting that landing zone ready, automatically triggering the people that we need to make sure that our first responders have the time they need, or whether it's a Coast Guard rescue or a water rescue. We have young children, moms and dads who are enjoying their leisure time with their family. If I can think about in advance those things that they might not think about at the time an emergency occurs, then I think we've succeeded.